Okay, somebody... Wait, we're not live yet. There we go. Now we're live. Somebody told me... they couldn't chat. And so I'm quickly trying to check the settings to see who is allowed to chat. Okay. I will, I'll have to look it up. I don't know how to change all the settings on the fly. But regardless, let's see what the pop-out chat. Let's see how. No, that's not going to do anything. Anyways, that's enough time wasted here. Let's get the timer going so I don't go over. We are starting our Druids stream today. And so, like always, I'm going to do a quick overview of the mods. There's only 3 mods that we use. Okay, apparently there's only 2 mods that we use. Not there were 3. I thought I had a 3rd one. Anyways, there's 3 mods. We may look, let me look really quickly and see. Search XP. Oh no, whoops, I clicked clear. Search. We may do one with XP multipliers to test out some theory builds. But I may also just look for one where you just start. Where you just start at level 12. I may look for something like that. Anyways, in the meantime, these are our mods. So let's get into our Druid game. The other Cleric game is gone. That's why there's no continue button. We always do Explorer. When we theory build, we will be on balanced. That way we can multi-class. Balanced or tactician, sorry. I always say honor mode frequently. I mean tactician when I say honor mode. I keep saying honor mode, but I mean tactician. Anyway, we'll do a theory build on balanced, but not this time. This is the Druid stream. The Druid stream is on easy, so start the game. And we will see. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to make our character. And we're going to make something that looks a bit Druid themed, but also takes a shower. We're gonna try and approach that. Wait for this, it's not loaded yet. So we're not going to reset the tutorials. We're high elf. The high elf character, my graphics are on low, so it looks worse. But the high elf character is my favorite character. You could also, in theory, be a drow. The drow look really good. Well, we'll do a drow just for fun. I don't know what the difference is. One's just darker, I guess. Automatically look weird. Okay.
What was that?
We will tweak character. I don't want to be like too blue, like a blueberry. Just light blue is fine. Okay, we don't need body art. We'll go with the hair, because that's a weird hairstyle, and we're supposed to be a druid. We want long hair, ideally. Again, we're trying to look like a druid that owns a shower. This kind of gives off the hippie vibes, but it's the same hair that that lady has in Act 2. Maybe this one? It's like, I mean, you're a druid, you don't have time to style it. Gotta be something. If only I could get inside the mind of a hippie. Maybe this one. This one kind of says that I go to Palestine and pretend to get attacked. We'll go with that look. Okay. We'll give her green hair because she's a druid, and druids do green stuff. And then we'll give her... Should we give her yellow highlights? Give her the gold highlights. No, we'll give her the gold ones. Okay. So that looks okay. We'll change our eye color to red. No, we'll do purple. Drow purple. Okay. So that's back to our character now. We're a Seraldine Drow, or a Seldarine Drow, not a Seraldine. I can read people. And so we're a druid. See, our hands glow and leaves. That's what druids do. That's pretty much all they do. It's garbage. Anyway, but we committed to this, so we're gonna do it. It wants us to have the shillelagh and the whip. The problem with these builds is that the whip is the problem. You want not the whip. You want poison. Just shoot poison in people's faces. Now there is a lot of stuff that is resistant or immune to poison, but generally anything that gets next to you is going to want to like spit in your face. Oh, the one downside is we can only use hand crossbows, but we can use javelins. Okay, so our acolyte, what were we as a druid? What would we be? An urchin? I want to do persuasion, and I'll do insight too. So I'll be a guild artisan. Does anyone else have persuasion? Oh, I could be a noble. I'm a noble druid. My parents are wealthy, and I'm rebelling against them by living in squalor and doing peyote. Okay. I like our dexterity. We get the +2 bonus. We're going to have slightly lower initiative until we hit alert, but I like the bonus armor, and I feel like that'll be really good for us. It'd be nice to have one extra armor, maybe rather than constitution. I think I'll do that. let's push for 16. That gives us +3. We're only going to get +2 armor. I could be wrong. We'll figure it out. All right, and so that's a fairly solid build for us. And then we will prepare our spells. Good berry. It would be good for one of our characters to have good berries as the home of the good berries. All these movie references just wasted on this game. At the same time, I do not use Entangle. And I will get rid of Thunderwave in favor of Leap and Long Strider. Just get those right away. And then we'll be set for the entire run. The other thing that we're looking at is you have this optional healing, which gives you long range healing. You can see the 18 meters. The other thing to consider is that this one heals more. It's 4 to 11. This one is 4 to 7. So it has +3 healing. Wait, no. It has a 1d4 instead of a 1d8. But it's also, it's ranged, and you can heal as a bonus action rather than an action. So you could do that. I generally prefer giving people good berries. I think the good berries can be consumed as a bonus action. So it's nearly, good berries are nearly the same healing as Healing Word. But they're 1 to 4 rather than 4 to 7. But anyone can use it. And so that's how you spread it out. You could alternatively take Healing Word, but we're not going to worry about that. We'll do the berries for now. The other thing is you have to do berry management, which is pretty easy. You just summon berries when you wake up. Okay, so character is made, our stats are set, our abilities are set, spells are set. Let's get into the game with our name. Let's come up with something druidly. Could be tree hugger. I'm gonna go with druid. That way I remember what class she is.
You need a guardian.
We need a guardian. What we do is we click human. Actually, what is the tiefling? Looks terrible. We'll do the elf this time, and we'll venture forth. Okay. And with that, our druid run officially begins with a worm in the eye. Speaking of worms in their eyes, Flight Reacts was once saying that he messed up a basketball game that he was playing because the wind was really high and blowing worms in his eyes. So he could be infected with a mind flayed parasite. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my head. Dead. Good. Should mind my step. Let's have a look.
So we can loot these guys. I am going to skip grabbing us because he doesn't matter. And I don't feel like doing his dialogue. I know you can find us in the end of Act 2 when you're running through Moonrise Towers. He is in there, and I believe still allied with you. And so you can find him. You can, I believe, talk to him, but
abomination.
I don't remember what happens after
This is your
Your head throbs.
We carry within days we will be we can do nothing. First, we will address the matter of a cure for this infection.
that. Okay. So we start with a fight. Now we don't have us, so
Cutting to the chase.
might take a little damage.
I will ascend.
3. Oh, unfortunate.
Fall by my hand.
Oh,
Anything of use? You proved surprisingly adequate.
weapons, light crossbow, we're not
Now,
proficient with. We need a hand crossbow to give ourselves some ranged threat. Normally, I will not
swift as my feet can carry me.
loot everything in here, but I would really like. Oh, I ran past one. Hopefully, I pay more attention as the max. So I'm proficient with that, I believe. No hand crossbow.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
This lady with a hand crossbow. She did not. That's okay. There's still quite a bit of loot left to get. So push in here. And
Gave machinery. I can make little sense of it.
my melee is very poor. Okay. I want to save little Shadowheart.
How many hosts of these gay infected? A rune.
Collisions
for what?
chest. We will loot all of that. We already looted the thrall. I'm gonna go in a little bit reverse order and loot the chest before
Open up.
save Shadowheart.
Cursed.
Oh, let me see. I think we can gain bonus rep with
We
her
have
by
no
talking
time
to
for
her
stragglers.
first.
Good. Hurry!
Oh, I was wrong.
The console hums to life. So then discomfort fades. Another sensation washes over you.
Oh, we barely
Connection,
made it.
feel the biome, a shiver.
I have failed that only once. Luckily, Lae'zel can take a turn right after that.
Snow's done for.
What is this? Bad idea? Bad idea.
I thought that
You're
dangerous company. Fair, let me come with you. Shadow.
fine.
She's right.
Okay. Let's, what should they work? Staff or club becomes magical. Okay. Let me check Shadowheart's inventory. She can use a light crossbow.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
She can use a light crossbow. It just gives her 2 extra damage on the top end.
No one
It's
back home
not
will ever
the
believe
biggest
this.
change in the world because it's just the tutorial.
Let's be on
You
my
know,
way.
every little thing helps.
We are nearing the Kenya. Do it.
We need to get out of here, now.
Death won't take me yet.
Okay. So I've... Oh, what? Okay, so I've looted everything on that side. He's high damage. We will shoot first. Ask questions later. And run.
Heading.
No, not good. He may have a hand for us. Really nice.
Have them ready.
Swift and lethal. No time to waste. On my way.
So I didn't mean to dash.
Maybe not the best time.
Wow, that was not a hand crossbow. I thought for
Don't
sure
waste a step.
that's all an enemy. Oh no!
I am death.
On the move.
Just dash up.
Have to keep going.
If this ship hits the ground, we're dead.
Something good here, I hope.
I do kind of wonder if some of these extra things on the sides are the key to beating him without scumming. But it's easier just to scum. And it's like if you throw the caustic bulb, then he takes acid damage every turn. I believe. I believe it also gives him the acid condition, which slightly lowers his armor and then makes him easier to hit. But I could be wrong. I've been known to do that.
Taking position. Got to move. Forward, Istik.
Your turn now!
Better not be cursed.
The helm's alien
We took a little
transponder.
damage on our main
You made
character.
it in time.
While that loads, I'll see what people are spamming me. lost my timer. There it is. Okay. So we land, we find ourselves on the beach.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms, and other than but it'll all the tadpole.
What's in here?
I do kind of wonder if I skip Shadowheart, how far can I go before she gets up and moves? In other words, let's check her weight. 75 kilos. That is not a small one. Not by a long shot. What's that quote from Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo? Anyways, if I can get a potion of Hill Giant Strength, I can probably pick her up.
I want to have a word.
But it would probably seem strange carrying unconscious Shadowheart
You're
around.
alive. I remember the ship. First things first. We might have escaped, but we need each other. One thing. Lead.
Makes me do
Time
all
to
the
press
work
ahead.
of leading.
What's hiding here?
And since just because I don't have a ranged weapon yet, I want to continue. Actually, I don't think any of these people drop like a hand crossbow or anything, which is really unfortunate because I really need a ranged attack.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
So no luck. I could just jump up the side here and avoid these guys altogether. That's what you do on honor mode and tactician. But
More of those wretched things.
I'm not going to do that because I want experience. But we're going to give ourselves. Give her strength. And then. Oh, that's a cantrip. I have lots of cantrips. Okay. Let's level up before we do the fight. Really common theme in our games here. Okay, so we get wild shape, and then we can turn into these things. This one is hilarious because we only have 2 health with it. And we get natural recovery, and then we get 1 extra cantrip. So we're gonna pick, well, sorry, we will pick our circle first. Then we'll go to cantrips in case the cantrips change. So we'll hold off on that. So circle up the land, and you can see four druids. We'll have 4 people in our team, so we'll get to play all of them. So Circle of the Land, I believe, is the healing druid. And so, you know, channel the natural arcana. What subclass? Nope. So you don't get anything at level 2. You do moon stuff, which means your wild shapes get more powerful. What's it called here? You do necro and mushroom stuff. So here you go, Halo of Spores. And yeah, all this fun stuff. We'll look into all of that later. And then Circle of the Stars. You can do some cleric stuff. So pretty interesting. But we will start with a Circle of the Land druid. We will pick our cantrips. I will use guidance. That way I always have some guidance thing. Later on I might take Produce Flame, but for now guidance is fine. We'll look at our spells. I don't normally like to take Ice Knife, but this time we will take it just so we have an offensive spell that we can launch. And so our druid is done. The cleric is pretty easy. We've leveled up a cleric a bunch of times. If we were, and she's already Trickery Domain, she is Shar, which you cannot choose if you are not Shadowheart. It's not an open worship. Anyways, we can check her spells. She has all the usual junk. You could put Command on her. I find that Command is too weak. But a lot of this other stuff is also weak. So you can do like switch that Guiding Bolt with Command. The other one you can do is you can turn on Bless. But for now, these spells are perfectly fine for this stage of the game. And we're gonna be pushing her into Druidness coming up. Oh, great, those dudes left. And so we are going.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Sneak.
What do we have here?
Need to keep focused.
Shadowheart.
Let's make this quick.
Better stay back. One strike could be lethal.
The Shillelagh is a bonus action and makes our quarterstaff much more powerful. It adds 3 base damage to it. And so that's what we're going to start with. Bust out our Shillelagh. Crack him in the base. Oh
Time
my
to
God.
press ahead.
This, if you measure the distance, I wish it was a straight line. Let me show you on another character. So, if you measure the distance between these two characters, you can see it's like 8 meters. Well, they have about the same move we do. It's 9 or 10. I forget which one it is. So you can see this is 7.9. Which version is this? Is that this guy? Okay, this is 7.9. So we're going to step 2 away, or we'll step 1.2 away. And then he should have to dash to get to us in theory. So let's see. We'll step 1.3 away just to be safe. And now he should have to dash. Unless I'm just dumb. he must have a movement of 10.
Time for some bloody work.
No, he's gonna hit.
Best be on my way.
I'm gonna let him hit Shadowheart. I don't care. Hey, buddy. Sacred Flames. Apparently he does. He needs
No time
Sacred
for mercy.
Flames, correct?
You fired well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
So, those guys have a movement of 10 meters. Oh. 0. I could have just looked at it. Well, that is really
Never wanted the easy part.
that is really embarrassing. But anyways, that's one of the things you can do with
Something good
with
here.
melee guys is you can step. It doesn't have to be too far. You can step just barely out of range. Now, if they're polearm users, like the Flaming Fist, I believe are polearm users, they will have extra attack range, and so you have to keep that in mind when you're stepping out of range. But we'll try it on. The other thing to keep in mind is that some guys may jump later on in the game, and so you have to then account for
I'll take
jump
that.
distance and all of that junk. I'm going to take this opportunity to put my hat on, and that will do the hide hat. Okay, and I'm not proficient with an instrument. I was hoping. Okay. I have some armor, and then I have 14 and plus 3 from dexterity, so I should be able to get really solid AC just from having high dexterity. I just need to keep my armor light.
Hurry, there, in the grass. There. Shh. And you... Ah. Now, I saw you on the ship. And now you're going to tell me exactly what you don't like.
Your mind. You try to hold.
What was that? What's going on? Your hand to think. I was ready to decorate the ground with your inner. My name's Astarion. So. Although it hasn't, you know, and all.
Okay, and so we'll level him up really quickly. He needs nothing. You just click accept and go on with your life. The one interesting thing, and I'm going to punish Astarion. You can write that in your journals. I'm gonna make him suck the blood of that Obladora lady later on, because he attacked me, and I don't like being attacked.
And it's hurt.
That's why I get alert.
You approach. You compassion. You can't. It will. But then the feelings slip. The monster lies exhausted.
I showed him my
Monster.
rendition of Stomp.
Death is too good for it.
He did not appreciate it. People just don't appreciate art these days.
Dead goblins over there. Worth
It's a
checking for
hand
supplies, maybe.
axe, Goblin scimitar. Goblin bow. This is where we get
What's going on with that room?
Francis the Failed Wizard.
You approach the sigil on the stone.
A hand? Anyone?
Let's try wisdom with our bonus from our weapon. Nicely done.
Whatever you're doing. Oh. Hello. at magic. Say, but I know you, don't I? And I can only assume you too were on the receiving end of a run. The insertee we speak of, this parasite? Are you aware that after a period, it's a process known as ceremony? You don't have
You seem to...
most, no doubt. But I find, as we've established few enough, we're most certainly going to need a healer. Oh, it's an act.
And so, Gale, we will pick up, and we will use Gale to get through the ruins here. It's not that important what he does. It's I don't need any AoE. It's not really important that he's a wizard or anything. He's just an extra body that we found on the way. I don't remember if anything is on that side. But I'll walk in this way. I don't remember. Is this guy in
but not if it'll get
Will he load if I'm close enough? He seems like an archer. You can't get behind. Actually, you can get behind.
Make sure it's safe.
Just barely, though. Anyway, I'm overthinking a very easy fight.
Either we act now, or someone else will pick that wreck clean and leave us nothing.
I wanted to show off
It's just wilderness out here.
the
What's next?
like kiting the melee, but let's drop these guys.
Still breathing, despite everything. Can't slow down.
We can't make
I just
that.
want a little
We can't make that.
Come on, can't stay idle. Another step forward.
Can't give up.
Just like old times.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Let's end this. Hidden for now.
So he dashes in.
I'll keep my doubts to myself. And quiet. On the way.
Nothing will stand in my way. This calls for careful footwork. Need to find a way forward.
Can't afford to let up.
Spell a day. Pick this!
Huge crit.
Don't waste a step. the gods are watching me. What's inside? No traps, please.
We're gonna try talking our way in.
Thank you, Gibblebuck. Everything all right out there? Oh, I told him it wasn't safe out there. Who the hell's... You're dead!
Time to push my luck again. Moving ahead.
Okay, loot wise. I won't
What's in
take
here?
too much stuff here, just the usual. Just the usual food.
But that will fit in my pack. I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
There's no time to waste. None shall see me.
Like a wraith.
Yes?
No time to rest.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
Robes will get dirty.
I wish I had minor illusion.
Crypt, ain't it? What's to be expected?
Shut it!
No time for joking around. Eat this!
Nice and quiet now.
Quiet.
There is work to do.
It's gonna do some crazy damage.
Need to stay focused.
Never a dull moment.
That is nuts.
Eat this!
Ready or not?
Got to focus. Let's make this quick.
Hungry for the slaughter.
sketchy of a fight. I messed up the opening.
Something good here, I hope.
Alright, we got the loot. Check the chest here.
With haste.
We will run. That's my type. That is crazy. Still no hand
What's inside?
crossbow.
I wonder what that did.
Okay, we push this way.
I'll give it a shot.
This place wasn't built for the living. Watch how you go. There's a trap. Trap. Be cautious.
We just casually shut the door and walk
Armed scribes. But no sign of a struggle.
So subversive about their words that they commanded
Can't say I
protection.
recognize him.
That might be worth a look.
So we'll level up before the fight. Lots of neat stuff. We get a flaming scimitar, a flaming sphere. We can heat metal, more fire, spike growth, one of my favorite spells, moonbeam, very cool. Pass without a trace, also very cool. And so, yeah, we get a lot of cool stuff as our Circle of the Land Druid, and then we will try to get spike growth for free. I'm thinking mountain. But Arctic is also very good. I don't do much hold person, and this is an all druid run. so I won't be using hold person at all. So I am going to go Arctic on my, I'm going to go mountain on my Circle of the Land. Fine, we don't need restoration. We could take Flame Blade. I think Flame Blade might technically be better than Flaming Sphere, but at the same time, Moonbeam is even better than both of those, and so yeah, and they too require concentration though. So think about that when you're picking. I am going to go with Moonbeam, and then what I'll do is, if I'm the one doing all the concentration camp stuff, is I will hide myself with another character, or I will throw armor on myself. Okay, and so we have that. Level 3 cleric, very easy. She pretty much gets everything. Prayer of Healing is really nice when you're out of combat. And I will say we don't need that one. We'll take Spiritual Weapon for longer fights. This guy picks his rogue style at level 3. And Assassin Rogue, Best Rogue. Swashbuckler can be kind of cool. We'll do the assassin for him, and then for Gale, we again just really want him to blow stuff up and end fights really quickly. With that in mind, you could grab Knock and be able to unlock stuff really easily. That could be a good one. Let's see, what else can we do? Cloud of Daggers might be nice. Just make enemies run through that. But we're in Evoker. So what are we gonna do? Yeah, we're just gonna do Cloud of Daggers, because that's how cool we are. I'll do Cloud and Knock. Okay, and then we will open the door. Oh no, not undead.
Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
Let's have a little fun. On my way.
Can't even catch my breath. These boots have seen everything.
Ready. Moving.
The lance board is set. Don't get too close.
I would probably lose stealth. I still have nothing.
Blood comes easy these days. Hope this ends well.
Ex textura.
Concentrate.
Victory's assured. My iron is hot. Step by step.
Shouldn't have walked into it.
Sometimes the only way out is through. They didn't want to surrender their valuables, even
Pretty
after
easy
death.
fight. Let's talk to Withers.
What now? I have a question. Because wilt thou answer my question? So I ask again. I'm very we will.
Strange coin.
Okay, we get a
I wonder
soul
what it's
coin
worth.
for Carla.
Another step forward. Anything of use?
Some pretty loot-worthy stuff. Huh.
Better not be cursed.
I bet he grabbed... Did he grab the Book of the Dead?
Looks like someone wanted to bury the...
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock.
What was he doing? What was he doing in this area? Very suspicious, that old man Withers. Very, very suspicious. So exiting the cave will be our last action for the stream. We've successfully done all of that. Tomorrow we will start with the attack on the Druid Grove. We'll defeat the goblins and go inside, and we'll talk, and then immediately start rolling to the north. But we will do that tomorrow.